Dear viewers, today we are going to determine total lactose percent by Lane-Eynon method. Welcome to Microchem's experiments. This experiment involves reagent preparation, lactose standard preparation, sample preparation, standard titration, sample titration and calculation. To conduct this procedure, we need a balance machine, water bath, hot plate with magnetic stirrer, burette with stand, measuring cylinder, volumetric flask, conical flask, funnel, pipette with filler, filter paper, distilled water, potassium oxalate, lactose monohydrate, failing solution A, failing solution B, lead nitrate, disodium hydrogen phosphate, and methylene blue indicator solution. At first, we are going to learn about the reagent and chemical preparation for this test. We can prepare failing solution A by dissolving 34.64 grams copper sulfate into 500 ml distilled water. We can prepare failing solution B by dissolving 173 grams potassium sodium tetrate and 50 grams sodium hydroxide in 500 ml distilled water. Now we are going to prepare reagent A of lead nitrate solution. Take weight of 2 grams lead nitrate. Dissolve lead nitrate in distilled water to make the final volume of 10 ml. Reagent A is ready to use. Let's prepare reagent B of a solution of disodium hydrogen phosphate and potassium oxalate. Take 0.3 gram potassium oxalate in 10 ml volumetric flask. Add 0.7 gram disodium hydrogen phosphate into the flask. Add distilled water to make the final volume of 10 ml. Shake the flask to dissolve the content in water. Reagent B is ready to use. In this step, we will prepare lactose standard solution at a concentration of 3 mg per ml. Take weight of 0.75 gram previously dried lactose. Transfer the lactose into a 250 ml volumetric flask. Add about 100 ml hot distilled water and swirl to mix the content. Heat the flask at 60 degrees Celsius in water bath for 30 minutes and swirl the flask occasionally to dissolve the lactose completely. Cool the flask at room temperature. Add enough distilled water and make the final volume of 250 ml. Preparation of lactose standard solution is done. The concentration of this standard solution is 3 mg per ml. Now we are going to prepare our sample. In the case of milk powder sample, take weight of 1.8 grams milk powder. For liquid milk or milk product, 10 grams of sample, and for whey powder, 1 gram sample should be taken. Note the sample weight. Transfer the sample into a 250 ml volumetric flask. Add about 100 ml hot distilled water and swirl to mix the content. Heat the flask at 60 degrees Celsius in water bath for 30 minutes and swirl the flask occasionally to dissolve completely. Cool the flask at room temperature. Add 4 ml of Reagent A into the flask. Now add 5 ml of Reagent B into the flask. Let the flask stand for 10 minutes. You can see the milk protein become separated and settled down at the bottom of the flask. Add enough distilled water and make the final volume of 250 ml. Filter the sample solution using Whatman filter paper. Discard the first 25 ml filtrate. Complete the filtration and collect the filtrate. Sample preparation is done. In this step, we will carry out a standard titration. Fill a burette with the prepared standard lactose solution. Take 5 ml failing solution A into a clean conical flask. Now take 5 ml failing solution B into the flask. Add 20 ml distilled water and swirl the flask to mix the content. Place the flask on preheated hot plate. Note the initial burette reading of this standard titration. Initially, add approximately 15 ml lactose standard solution from the burette at a time. Regulate heat so that boiling starts in approximately 3 minutes. During heating, the solution color will be changed slowly to bright orange. Add a magnetic bar into the flask and turn on the magnetic stirrer. Boil the solution for 2 minutes. Now add 4 drops of 1% methylene blue. Let's stir the titration by adding lactose standard solution dropwise from the burette. From this stage, standard titration should be completed within 3 minutes. Stop titration when the blue color removes completely and bright orange color appears. Note the final burette reading of this standard titration. Now we will carry out the sample titration. Prepare a burette taking filtered sample solution into it. Take 5 ml failing solution A and 5 ml failing solution B into a conical flask. Now add 20 ml distilled water and swirl the flask to mix the content. Place the flask on preheated hot plate and place a magnetic bar into the flask. Note the initial burette reading of the sample titration. Initially, add approximately 15 ml sample solution from the burette at a time. While rapidly boiling, add 4 drops of methylene blue indicator solution. Turn on the stirrer and start titration by adding sample solution from the burette. Titration should be carried out in a manner that add 0.5 ml at a time and take few seconds interval, and again add 0.5 ml at a time. In this way, complete the titration within 3 minutes. Stop titration when the bright orange appearance is observed. Note the final burette reading of the sample titration. Let's calculate the lactose percent of our tested sample. Volume of lactose standard solution used in the standard titration V1 is Final burette reading minus initial reading, which is 26.5 ml. Volume of sample solution used in the sample titration V2 is final burette reading minus initial reading, which is 26 ml. The concentration of our lactose standard solution was 3 mg per ml. By converting it in gram per ml unit, we get the value of C is 0.003. Sample weight in this test W is 1.885 grams. Final volume of sample solution V3 is 250 ml. Let's put these values in the equation given in the left side of the board. By solving the equation, we get the total lactose percent of our sample is 40.55%.